Welcome to our podcast today, where we're diving deep into the world of expressive arts therapy. I'm Alex, your host, and joining us is Dr. Samuel, an expert in the field of therapeutic creativity. Welcome, Dr. Samuel.
Thank you, Alex. It's a pleasure to be here.
Let's begin by talking about the concept of invitations in therapy as outlined in your recent publication. How does this differ from traditional directives in therapy?
Great question. In the context of expressive arts therapy, an invitation empowers the client by offering choices rather than set directions. Instead of saying, "You must create," we invite them to explore their creativity as an option, thus respecting their agency and personal journey.
Fascinating. Can you elaborate on how this invitation method impacts the therapeutic process?
Certainly, invitations create a space for clients to comfortably engage at their own pace. It helps reduce resistance by making the experience feel like a collaborative exploration rather than a task to be completed.
Now, your work also mentions compassionate listening and playful exploration as key steps in accessing client creativity. How do these elements support therapy?
Compassionate listening allows clients to feel heard and validated, which is the foundation for building a safe therapeutic environment. Playful exploration, on the other hand, uses curiosity and creativity to gently guide clients into engaging with emotional and creative challenges in a non-threatening way.
You also talk about therapeutic personas. Can you introduce us to these and their roles within therapy?
Certainly, the therapeutic personas include the scientist, explorer, magician, curious cat, clown, and detective. Each brings unique qualities. For instance, the explorer encourages venturing into new emotional territories, while the magician stimulates creative thought and transformation.
It's interesting how these roles seem to cater to different therapy elements. Could you provide an example of how these personas might interact during a session?
Sure, imagine a session where a client is hesitant about opening up emotionally. The detective might gently probe to understand underlying issues, while the clown could introduce lightness to ease tension. The balance is key to adapting as per client needs.
That's quite enlightening. Let's talk about meaningful art frames. How do they help in retaining client engagement?
Meaningful art frames are structured yet flexible creative activities tailored around the client's interests and abilities. These frames prevent distractions by maintaining an appropriate level of challenge and complexity.
I imagine this requires significant flexibility on the therapist's part. How do you decide when to shift or abandon a frame during a session?
It's a dynamic process. As therapists, we remain observant to the client's verbal and nonverbal cues. If the client seems disengaged or overwhelmed, we may adjust the frame or transition to a different approach that aligns better with their current state.
Lastly, Dr. Samuel, what advice would you give therapists new to incorporating arts into their practice?
I would advise starting with low-barrier modalities like doodling or music, which are universally engaging and accessible. It's also important to maintain sensitivity to individual creativity narratives, as some may have negative past experiences with artistic expression.
Thank you for these insights, Dr. Samuel. It's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you, Alex. I enjoyed our conversation.
So, extending our discussion on expressive arts therapy, let's dive deeper into the idea of invitations. How do you perceive their role in fostering a sense of agency among clients?
That's a great question. Invitations are really about providing choices that empower clients. In therapy, it's essential for clients to feel like they're co-creators in the process rather than passive recipients. By offering invitations, we create an atmosphere where clients feel their preferences and instincts are valued.
Can you share a specific example of an invitation that has been particularly impactful?
Certainly, I once worked with a client who had difficulty expressing emotions through words. Instead of asking direct questions, I offered an invitation to explore feelings using colors and shapes. This kind of open-ended approach allowed the client to represent emotions visually, leading to insightful breakthroughs that verbal dialogue hadn't uncovered.
That's fascinating. It seems like such a subtle shift can open up new avenues for expression and understanding.
Exactly. It's all about setting the stage for exploration and curiosity. Another important aspect is listening with compassion. When clients feel truly heard, they're more likely to engage fully, which naturally enhances trust and deepens the therapeutic relationship.
How does compassionate listening intertwine with playful exploration in therapy?
They really complement each other beautifully. Compassionate listening ensures that clients feel safe and validated, while playful exploration encourages them to try out new things and step outside their comfort zones. When clients don't fear judgment, they're more open to exploring creative processes.
And how do different therapeutic personas play into this dynamic?
Therapeutic personas are intriguing because they adapt to meet the diverse needs of clients. Sometimes, a client might need a nurturing guide, while others might benefit from a more challenging role that inspires them to think critically. Each persona encourages clients in distinct ways, reinforcing their autonomy.
Would you mind elaborating on how art frames can be a transformative component in therapy?
Art frames provide a structure within which clients can create. This structure offers a safe boundary that can enhance the creative process. For instance, using a theme like journey can guide clients to express significant life changes or transitions. Such frameworks channel creativity towards reflecting and processing personal experiences.
What advice would you give to budding therapists about integrating these creative strategies into their practice?
I would say remain open and responsive. Each client will teach you something new, so adaptability is key. It's important to trust the process and be patient. Art can often speak when words fail, offering profound insights into a client's inner world. Equip yourself with tools that encourage expression without pressure or expectation.
That's insightful advice. Finally, how do you see the future of expressive arts therapy evolving?
The field is expanding and becoming more recognized for its versatility and effectiveness. I see it integrating more with technology, like virtual art spaces where clients can engage from anywhere. There's also growing recognition of art therapy's impact on mental health across various communities. I believe we'll see it become an intrinsic component of holistic healing practices.
That paints an exciting picture of the future of therapy. Thank you for sharing your insights today.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure to discuss such a dynamic and rewarding field.